Okay, so we are live. Let me just lower a little bit the sound. Not that. Okay. So I hope the first thing first. Please, if you are here with me live, comment below if you can hear me. Yes, I can hear myself, so yes, the sound works. Okay. So the live stream is okay. Nice. Okay guys, so what's up my friends, welcome back. This is another live stream. This is the second live stream actually in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I'm not sure if I made the last live stream before or after the Easter break. Anyway, I have another 3D printer. This one is called the Rock 3 Pro and is from a company that is called MINGDA. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. This is of course from Shenzhen, so this is from China. As you can see, the box is huge and it weighs 15 kilograms. So this is a big 3D printer. It's an FDM 3D printer. So we'll need some filament. I'm not sure if I will have some filament inside of the box. So to be sure, I have some filament of my filament here, just in case. So yes, what we will do today is to unbox this. I will show you all the parts that you receive with this printer. And by the way, you have the links for their website below. This is not a paid review, but I did get this printer for free. I'm not even remember who sent me this. I'm not sure if they sent me directly from MINGDA or from another company or from Amazon, because I can see here that this was sent to me with Amazon. So I'm not sure from where this printer, and I had it for like 3 or 4 weeks and I didn't have time to review it yet. So today we'll open it, assemble it, see what we have on the SD card and make some tests, and at the same time I'll try to answer your questions. I'll put my live stream here. As you can see, my workshop is not that big, so I had to make something with my PC on the floor, a screen here. Usually I use 2 screens, but I only have one this time. So yes, I'll try to answer some of your questions that you post on the live stream, and at the same time you can see here, yes, here on the screen, that if you tweet with the hashtag Electronoobs, I can see those tweets on my PC, on my website, and I can approve your tweet if it's okay, and that will appear on my screen. So let me just show you an example. Right now I will approve the tweet that I've just made with my photo. I will approve it, and you will see that in just in a moment, maybe 40 seconds, because I don't want to have too many tweets on the screen. Maybe in like 40 seconds, it will appear on my screen, that tweet. So in the same way, if you have a project that you've made, if you have oh, there you have it. So that is my tweet that I've just made on Twitter. So if you place the hashtag Electronoobs, your tweet will appear here on my live stream. If I approve it, because we don't want nasty tweets to appear on my live stream. Okay, so just tweet that. And if you have a project, a 3D print, a circuit, or anything that is interesting and related to my website, just tweet it with hashtag Electronoobs and I will approve it. So guys, thank you very much for everyone who is here. So let's just start and unbox this printer. Let me just put my live stream here so I can see your messages. Okay, I'm your greatest fan. Thank you very much. I like when I have fans here on my channel. Keep it up with your content. That's great. Okay, so I hope that you can hear me well, because right now I'll take my cutter and open this box. I'm not even sure if it will fit on my table, so what I will do is to get out everything that I have in the box, and then I throw the box there and just assemble the printer. Okay, that's one side, 2 sides. And I'm guessing that I will have all the tools that I need inside, but just in case, I have my tools here if we will need those. Okay, so this is plastic protection. Do not remove before you finish assembly. Do not remove what? Do not remove what? So I have this, do not remove before you finish assembly, but this is not glued to anything, so it's already removed. Maybe this is what we use to calibrate the bed. Anyway, I will keep it. We have here, oh, the checklist, all the components that you receive, just in case. The assembly guide with the color photos with all the screws. Also, we actually have a lot of steps to make. but it looks that like it's already assembled. I mean 90% assembled, the upper side and the bottom side. And this is in French and in English. Oh, we have a lot of steps because it's in French, Italian, English, and German. That's why it's the same step but in different languages. Sorry for that. And this is the Cura configuration for your slicer. All the steps or the sizes. Okay, so this is a huge printer. As you can see, the width and the depth are 420 millimeters for the Pro. Oh no, that is for the Rock 4. This is the Rock 3, which is 320 by 320 millimeters. So even so, it's quite huge. The power cable. Here we have, yes, of course, the tools. We have some Allen keys, an SD card, USB connector. We have a spare for the nozzle. I hope that you can see that. What more do we have? Some screws, zip ties, and a Teflon tube, which is quite short. So that means that this is using a direct extruder maybe, because the Teflon tube is very short. Usually for a Bowden extruder we have a long Teflon tube. So now is the difficult part. I will try to place the printer here and then throw away the box. Let's see if I can take it out. This is the spool holder. Oh, it's very thick. I think this is the thickest spool holder that I've seen till now, and it comes with a filament sensor. Okay, not sure if I can take it out. Okay, so we have the upper side, and we have two lead screws, which by the way, they are very greasy. I shouldn't touch them. And we have some springs and two step motors, because of course if you have a huge axis to lift, you need more power, and also to have a good level you need two motors, one on each side, and they also are joined together with a belt, and that is even better, because in that way one side won't slip according to the other side. Okay, so this is empty. Oh, the bed is quite huge. Let's see first. The extruder. Oh my god, this is a very thick cable. This is a very new design. I never seen this. This will give it so much better look because everything is already inside. And the extruder, I think, is called the Volcano. Not sure. Anyway, this is already joined together with the base, so we can take it out without the base. So let me just take out the foam here. And take it out together. Oh, this is heavy. Okay. Put this back. And let's see if I can throw away the box. Okay. So that's it. We have the printer. So now we need to assemble it. So let's see your messages. Okay. Do make a DIY 3D printer someday. I'm not sure if it has sense to make such a project because already printers are so cheap that if you want to make a DIY one, maybe you should use steppers from old normal printers, because otherwise for less than $100 you can get, for example, the Annette A8, and that's a good printer. I mean, it's not the best, it's made out of acrylic, but you could print quite well with a printer of less than $100. So basically that is almost the price of the components, the step motors, the drivers, and so on. So I'm not sure if it has more sense to make a DIY printer at this point. Okay, so hello to everybody who is just got here on the live stream, we are making an assembly of the MINGDA Rock 3 Pro 3D printer. I've just got it out of the box. I've showed that we have the bottom frame, which is already inside of the metal case. We have the extruder, which is very nice, a very nice design with this very thick cable. And we have this buffer here, so you can see all the cables, and in that way you don't have to worry that it will look ugly. And by the way, this is full of, not sure if I have here something, because I've touched the lid screw and it's full of grease, which is normal because you want to have grease on the lid screw, but now I'm full of grease, so I would like to clean it. Give me a second here. Okay, so now I will assemble it and make a test. So we have the bottom frame with everything assembled, with a heated bed already in place. We have some protection here. Take it out. Okay, the top side of the frame, we'll have to merge this together. Power cable, some tools, the guide, and the part list, and that's it. That's all that you receive, and of course inside you have the USB cable, the SD card, and so on. So let's just assemble this. Let's see the first step. Not this one, this one. If you get a blockage in the Bowden tube, the printer is useless, as you can't hit the hot end without the cable and unlock the Bowden. You need to uncut. Yes, of course, I had that a lot of times. So if you get a blockage, you have to disassemble the entire extruder, maybe burn it, or maybe take out that part of the plastic and assemble it back again. This is not a Bowden extruder, this is direct drive. So, and also the extruder, I never seen this kind of extruder, it's not a Titan, so maybe this is their own design. Anyway, I'm not sure if I can show it to you closer. As you can see, sorry, I'll have to change this. So that's the extruder, and as you can see, it has plastic gears inside. So it's not the Titan as the TiVo, but this is I'm pretty sure that this is their own design. Okay, let's assemble it. So first step is to remove some of these, place them here. We don't need this, but we do need the tools. So, okay, so the first step, this is German, Italian, Spanish, we don't have English. Oh, we don't have English. Anyway, we have Spanish, so I'll do it in Spanish. Okay. First step, of course, is to merge together the bottom side with the top side. So for that, we need these brackets, which are already installed. And we need 2 screws here and 2 screws here. Okay, so step 1, take this part, and which is the front side, that is the front side. This should be very easy, just a couple of minutes. We slide it inside. Why is it not going downwards? There you go. And now we take the screws. Okay, so we need these screws of 45 4 pieces. Okay, so 2 here. And 2 on the other side. Remember, if you want to appear on the live stream, tweet with the hashtag Electronoobs. And I will make sure that if it's a good tweet, I will approve it. And then we need 4 of these. and those will go here. One, two, okay. We have some Allen keys. Carlos is asking me, have you built one of these printers before? Are you talking about the DIY printers or this kind of printers? Because this kind of printers, of course, if you are on my channel, one of the first videos that I had was a review of the Annette. So yes, of course, I did make this kind of printers. And DIY printers, I did made one, but that was using very small step motors, and it was awful because it wasn't able to print that good. And I don't even have a video on that. I just rip it apart and use the parts for a different project. What is the first thing that you want to print with it? Right now I don't have any idea. Actually, maybe I will bring here, I just bought a filament that is advertised that once you print it in a vase mode and you spray it with alcohol, it will get transparent. Not translucid, transparent, so you can see the picture through it. So if you remember, I'm building my, I don't have it here, I am building my Daft Punk helmet, my second helmet. I know that Daft Punk are not together anymore, but anyway, I love the helmets. So I'm building those, so I need the visor to be transparent. So I was trying to make it out of acrylic with a sucking machine. That didn't work. I will try it again, but also I will try to print directly with the material transparent. So I bought that material, and maybe I'll make a video about that and show different options with different alcohol and different methods to get it even more transparent. And once again, I'm telling you, this is transparent, not translucid. So stay tuned for that video as well. For those who are asking me the price, right now I don't know the price. So let me just open the link in the description for Amazon. It's 450 euros for this machine right now if you want to buy it. And I'm not sure if the price will change depending on your country, because usually that happens. So if you look at the link from Spain, you'll have one price, and if you look at the link from, I don't know, United States or India, you will have a different price. Also, I'm not sure if they can ship to all the countries in the world. Okay, so what I do with these screws, I usually don't tighten it 100% till I don't tighten the other one. In that way I make sure that I will tighten both at the same time. Okay, so now I tie this very hard, go back and tie this very hard as well. The bottom one. Okay. My workshop table is quite low. Usually it should be a little bit higher, so I have to stay in this position, which is not that good for my back actually. But anyway, this will be quite fast, as you can see while I'm talking. Even so, this should take just 5 minutes top to assemble it. Usually these kits are already 90% assembled. Okay, so now the small screws. No. So what, I'm missing an Allen key or what? Oh, there it is. See if I have more questions here. It's awesome to build something on a chair. I have my chair here, but it's not very comfortable neither, because the printer is quite big and I would have to get up all the time, so I prefer to do it like this. So if you have any question, just leave it there on the chat, and from once in a while I will take a look at that chat and try to answer it. Of course, the question about my channel, my projects, your projects, about Arduino, 3D printing, electronics in general, and so on. By the way, I'm thinking that maybe I should also make some live streams on all the NASA and Starship events. I've made one on my Spanish channel already and it had success, so maybe I should do it here as well. So each time they launch a new probe or the Starship is making new tests, we can make a live stream here and talk about it, because I'm a huge fan of Starship and all the NASA crew and the JPL and so on. Okay, so step 1 is made. The step 2 is to add all the connectors. So I'm not sure if you can see, but we have these connectors like here that are already prepared. I hope that you are able to see it. So all we have to do is to plug it in. Connector for the stepper motor here. The other one. Okay. On this side we have this connector here for the end switch, and this goes where? Oh, okay, we have to join it together. Sorry, I can see it, it's too far away. There you go. Okay, so one end switch, this one. I think that's it. So step 3 is to add the extruder. What I'm not seeing, say this is for the filament sensor, but the x-axis end stop doesn't have a cable, doesn't have a connector. Oh, maybe it's inside this one. Okay, so it's together with step 3. So step 3, we need some screws and place this extruder here like this. Okay, so we need 3 screws, no, 4, 6 screws. Why so many? Okay, so these screws. Okay, so what I have to do is to align this here like this and add the screws. Let me just turn it towards you so you can see it. So we have some very small screws that will go from the back and the extruder already has the, let me be sure that the cable will go through the good direction, something like this maybe. Okay, add the screws, merge the extruder, two more screws. Actually we need 4 screws for this. I'm not sure why we have 6 there, because I think this part should already also be screwed here in place. We'll see that. So make sure that this cable is going through the zone that you want. I'm not sure if I should place it behind this bar or in front of it. For now I'll leave it like that. The microphone is not working anymore. Sorry if you're asking me to speak Spanish. Right now we are on the English channel, so you'll have to wait till we get on the Spanish channel, because here I will talk in English. Sorry for that. How are you? Well, thank you. I'm very well. I'm healthy. That's very important. And I hope that you are well as well. I'm not able to build the locker by 4x4 numeric keypad. So what is the problem? You're not able to talk to the keypad, to the LCD screen. And if you're talking about my open door with the keypad, that project had a problem. Well, it's not a problem, but I've implemented an emergency open. So you have a push button that if you open it, the door will open automatically. If you don't add that button with a pull down, the Arduino will detect it as if nothing is connected, and the pin will jump open and close, open and close. That might be the problem. That happened to a lot of people. So if you want to remove that push button, just remove that part from the code. Okay, so the extruder is in place. Let's see here. Step 4 is to add the spool holder. And when should I connect this? There's nothing here about this. Oh yes, it was on step 2. Anyway, I'm doing it now. So these two connectors for the end switch. There's one. There's two. Not sure if I should press this with some pliers. Maybe it's a good idea to just press them a little bit. Okay. And this is for the X-axis motor. There we go. One more screw, actually 2 screws. My code is not working. Well, what I recommend you to do is to go to electronoobs.io forum and place your code, pictures, and your schematic, and I'll try to look at it, and if I have an idea why it's not working, I'll be able to help you. Otherwise, without seeing the code, I can't do anything. Okay, so this will go right here. Okay, so now everything is connected. We have to add this pull holder, which will go like this. Where do you live? I'm from Barcelona. I told that on my channel a lot of times. Okay, so newbie, I have a very complicated Arduino project that I really wanted done, but I don't have the level of expertise. I was wondering if you could help me with the code and the 3D printing and schematic, maybe. Well, please, and what I can tell you as well that I told you to the creative person, what you could do is to share what do you have on my forum, and usually at least once a week I check that forum, and there you can place pictures, you can place the code, you can even place your entire project on my website electronoobs.io with the code, with the downloadable files, and I will take a look at it and maybe I could help. Otherwise, I don't have any idea about your project, so I'm not sure if I could help. Okay, so please don't repeat that many times the questions, because that is annoying. I mean, if I don't see your question, maybe repeat it once in a while, but not one after the other. Okay. How much this print? The price is 450 euros, I think. I've just told you that from Amazon. So maybe the price could be different from your country. I made a Wi-Fi jammer. Nice. I think those are illegal. Okay, step 5, 6. I've made that. The connections. Okay. Okay, so I think everything is ready. The only thing that is remaining is to make the bed not wobble anymore. So for that we have some eccentric nuts, and I think for the extruder as well. But the extruder is well in place. So let me just rotate this eccentric nut till we don't have the wobble anymore. Nope. Okay. Okay, so all the steps are ready. What we have to do now is to remove this from the printing bed and calibrate the bed. Turn it on, of course. I don't really like when they use tape with this heated bed, because the glue from the tape will stick onto the bed and then it will smell awful when you heat it up. Luckily this is not a very strong glue, so you can remove it easily. As you can see, I'm able to remove it. Okay, so I'm not sure if the glass is moving. It looks like not. So what, the glass is stick? Yes, I think the glass is glued to the base. Okay, so let's just pour it on. My cable here. I'm not sure if I have a close. Yes, I have it here. I hope that this is made for Europe, otherwise it will blow up. Yes, so it's on. Oh, let me just turn it towards you. And this is heavy. Okay, so there you have it, it's on. So can you make a video on the Wi-Fi jammer and make it? I'm not sure if you ask me or the other user, the creative person. In my case, I don't want to make these kind of jammers. They are illegal, and anyway, not that interesting, so I don't have that on my to-do list for now. My job is creating custom boards that do not exist in the market for people, and I've learned most of my knowledge from your YouTube channel in the past 3 years. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you've learned so much with my channel. Actually, that is what most motivates me. So I prefer to have less views, but that the people are happy with my videos and that they learn a lot from my videos. So I'm very happy and very glad to hear that you learn so much from my channel. Is the automatic level sensor flat? I'm not sure. Let me just check it. Okay, so I will sit down for now. And it looks like it doesn't even have a sensor. I can't see it. No, it doesn't have an automatic level sensor. All it has is the end switches for the axis. So we go now in the menu and click home. Home everything. So as you can see, it's very silent, so for sure it is using those silent drivers. And if we have time later, maybe we will take a look inside. Maybe even if we will take a look inside before we start printing, because once we place the print, when we place the printing process, we should wait for a lot of time. I've been watching your videos for 3 months or less. Are you asking me? But I still don't understand it. I think that you now have enough 3D printers to create your own 3D printing farm. Maybe. I think I have, right now I have 5, because I've been giving away the other ones, because I don't have enough space. As you can see, my workshop is very small and I have those in the other room, and I only use 2, because I don't have time. Can you make an FM CCTV camera? Yes, actually, maybe in a few weeks we will have that project. I'm working on an FM transmitter for video cameras, and we will be merging that with an old analog TV, or maybe my goggles from the FPV drone, and we can see from that camera to the small screen. Okay, so let me just use a small part of paper and calibrate the bed. So in the menu we go to, we have calibration, move, settings, it doesn't have the points, so it should go to each. So what I will do is to home it, and then I will disable the motors and move it myself. I've just clicked the emergency stop. When is the project of the VFD going to continue? Actually, I've not continued with that project. I had a problem with the IGPT's driver. I wasn't able to control those, but maybe I should resume it. I'm not sure when. Okay, so let's just heat up. I don't really understand this menu. Anyway, I just calibrate the bed. So you can rotate the knob here till you feel just a little bit of friction with the paper. There you have it. We go on the other point. There you have it. If you hear some sounds, that's because we have a working site here on the side, and it's huge. We have all kind of machines, so they are making sound all the day. So sorry for that. I know that my microphone is here, but even so, you will hear a lot of sounds, machine sounds. We go back to the first point. Check it again. And that's it. The bed is calibrated. Let's just stick in the SD card, which is right here. Let me just turn it towards you. There you have it. the SD card. Can I preheat the filament? Print. The TFT SD card has an error. And why is that? I've inserted backwards. Okay, now we have. Okay, so extrude. How can I heat it up? That's strange. You can extrude with a cold nozzle. That's very, very bad. I never recommend that. Let's just go up a little bit. Okay. So I can see the button for heating up. Run out on screen. Oh, okay, here we have it. So heated bed or the extruder. Let's just set the heated bed to 60 degrees and the extruder to 200. Sorry for the sounds. Are you still planning on building the filament extruder machine? Yes, I have some parts designed, but it's not ready yet. Okay, so now the nozzle is heating up. Let me just take some filament. So as you have seen, assembly this printer is very, very fast. I don't really like the menu. Maybe later I will take my smartphone and record close to it. The menu design is not that good. But anyway, so this is ivory color. We place it here. I think backwards, yes. Here on the okay, now into the nozzle. And let's see if we can extrude. Extrude. And there you have it. We have filament coming out and it's red because this is the last color that they've used. But now we have my color, which is white. And that's it. The heat bed is also getting heat up. So let me just rotate it towards you. We go to menu, we go to print, and here we can select a file. Let's just see, we have the rocket test. Okay, so now we can wait. Until that, I'll be answering more questions. Okay. Remember that if we tweet with the hashtag Electronoobs, I'll be able to approve that post and post it here on the live stream. And if you have any question, just leave it in the chat. And right now I'll be going over it. Okay. So if you're new to the live stream, hello to everyone. Thank you for joining me. Right now we are testing this printer, which is the Rock 3 Pro. There you have it. I'll put the microphone close to the printer, and as you can see, it's very silent. All I can hear is a small fan that we have below for the electronics, but for the movement we can't hear anything. For the Z-axis, yes, this is the Z-axis. but of course the z-axis won't move that much as the y and the x-axis. So there you have it, start printing. Let me just take the smartphone out and show to you a better view. There you have it. It's creating the raft support first. And let me show you the menu here. As you can see, it's not that a good design. It's very simple, but does the job. Here we have the wires that I told you. They're all inside of this very thick rubber tube, so the design is quite good. The filament here with the filament sensor, and look at this, the end switches are different, are not the normal push buttons anymore. So there you have it. So what more should I show you? This is the extruder. Okay, let's just get back. So I think it's printing quite well. Okay, so let me just tell you some specs about this printer. Where is that? Okay. So it has a printing volume of 300 by 220 by 320 in the X and Y direction, and a maximum height of 400 millimeters. It can print the speed. Where is the speed? It can go up to 240 degrees for the nozzle, 110 degrees for the heated bed. I can't find the speed. Anyway, maybe I'll find that online. Hi there, where are you from? I'm originally from Romania, but I live in Spain, in Barcelona right now. Indonesian is watching. Hi there. Okay. So let me just open the link for the printer. So the board is using the TMC 2208 driver, so that's why it's that silent, so you can't hear anything. As you can see right here, I'm talking. I was placing the microphone. As you can see right now it's printing, and you can't hear the movement of the axis. All you can hear is a fan, which I'll place the microphone below my printer, and that's what you hear, the fan. So that's why it's so silent. What more we have? We have dual lead screw on the back, so the axis will lift evenly. We have the heated bed, which right now I'm not sure if it's using AC or DC. We'll have to open the printer to see that. It can print, let me just find it here. Okay, so dual lead screw axis, TMC 2208 silent printing, upgraded extruder, which I'm not sure what brand of extruder this one, belt tensioners. Yes, we have some belt tensioners here and here made out of plastic. We have a glass bed, very fast heating. Touchscreen screen of 3.5 inches. So this here, it says that the extruder is 30% lighter than the normal extruder. So that will mean less wobbling around for the x-axis. And it has a shorter TPU tube, so less friction. It is a direct extrusion, with some gears inside, so that will grip better the filament so you can print with flexible. It's based on the STM32 microcontroller. You have the sensor. Okay, so what more do we have? The nozzle, the default nozzle is 0.4 millimeters. So the heated bed is not AC, is DC, and the supply is of 24 volts and 360 watts. So with 24 volts, that's why it's heating faster than other ones, but nowadays pretty much all the printers are using 24 volt supplies to have more speed for heating up. It says that it can reach 200 degrees Fahrenheit in 5 minutes. Which 200 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm not sure how much is in Celsius. I'm not a physicist. So that's it. That's for the printer. Let me just see some questions here. Big fan, I'm German, Indonesia. Yes, actually we have subscribers from all around the world. The most subscribers are from United States and India for my channels. And for my Spanish channel from Mexico and Spain. Yo bro, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? I'm very good. Could the bed heat be connected directly to the ramp? Not sure what you're talking about. What ramp and what bed heat? The bed heat, when you hit it? Not sure. Okay, so I'm not sure if I should continue with the print because this will take a long time, or should I stop the printer, flip it around and take a look at the electronics? What do you propose? Leave it in the chat. Actually, it's very silent and it prints very good. Oop. We're a bit thirsty. Hi there, Poland. So we have people from all around the world. I mean, the print quality for now, it looks promising. Not sure if I should tension the belts. Okay, so if you have any question, just leave it in the chat. Right now there are 35 people watching, so thank you very much. And make sure that you hit the like button. In that way, YouTube will promote my videos even more. Thank you for that as well. I want to see how those likes will go up. This gives a lot of heat. For now the print quality is quite good, but this is just the first layer. We'll have to wait. Show us the internal component. Yes, I think I will make that because otherwise this is boring. I should just make a print and then post it on my community tab so you can see the final print. Otherwise we'll have to stay here like 3 hours just watching a printer, and I can see that you don't make too many questions. Heat bed, ramp board. Oh, but this is not using a ramp board. This is using a custom-made board with the STM32. The RAMs are for the Arduino Mega. So in a moment we'll take a look inside at the board as well. Hello Electronoobs. Oh, so this message is in Spanish. Basically he's saying that he likes my channel. Thank you very much. Tiago Oliveira. The creative person has a lot to say, yet he's unheard. Actually, he was posting the same question more than once. So sorry for that. What are you printing? I'm printing the example file, which is a rocket that I found on the SD card. Why are you using Atmegas and Bluetooth modules unless ESP32? I am using ESP32, but I haven't made that many projects with those. I will use it more in the future. Actually, I'm making another radio controller that is based on the ESP32. So soon you will have that. And it will have more than 10 channels. Faster speed, better communication, because the ESP32 is faster and better. So stay tuned for that. I like to watch how it works. What are you talking about? What you would like to watch how it works? What is your next project? Well, for this weekend you will have something. I'm not sure if I should give you more details because I want you to see it. But we will have a circuit that will react to a sensor, turn on for a few seconds, and then it will turn 100% off, so zero power consumption. So that's what I'm working right now, and I will have it by the end of this week. Another project I've already showed you, the radio controller that is based on the STM32, the Daft Punk helmet. I'm still designing parts for the Tiger 1 tank, which will be huge. The extruder, the filament extruder machine, both the extruder and the pellet extruder. What other project do I have? I'm working on the MIDI controller. I'm working on the recording device for Twitch or YouTube live stream, so you have the buttons and you can change from one scene to the other. What more do we have? The coil gun, which I'm not sure when I'll be able to finish. I'm working on that gun for like 1 year. This printer right now. What is your favorite 3D printed thing? Oh, so you want to see how it's printing. I should make a closer look, but right now it's just the first layer. You won't be able to see anything. Maybe in a few layers I will put the camera closer. My favorite 3D printed thing? I'm not sure. Should be something printed by me or in general. I'm not sure. In my case, I think I like my project for the Tiger 1 tank, and also the Daft Punk helmet, which is pretty nice. And any print in general, the ability to make something, to design it, print it, and use it for a prototype is amazing. So having a 3D printer for me is the best choice ever. I've bought my first printer like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was a clone from the Prusa. It was called the Prusa G Tech i3 or something like that. There are so many different 3D printers on the market right now. What's the different about this one? Nothing. There's nothing different about this one. The design, maybe the quality, because it has this tube here, which is a little bit better. The extruder is different. Actually, the extruder, yes, sorry for that. The extruder is very different. It's not as the other ones. As you can see, it's a very small extruder. So it's advertised to weight 30% less. And it has the Volcano type extruder, which actually is a clone, but anyway. It uses gears. It is a direct extruder, so you can print with flexible. Usually printers don't have double lead screw on the back. But since this printer is big, it has a double lead screw. What more does it have that is special? I'm not sure if the bed is different. So pretty much all the printers nowadays are the same. Actually, the last printer that I review on my channel is the Atom Stack, and that was different because it was made to work better with flexible filaments, and actually it uses 2.85 millimeters filaments. You can print at the same speed with flexible as you would print with a normal PLA. And can you make a tutorial about using the ESP and GSM module? I have a tutorial about GSM module. No, GSM, I never made that tutorial. It was GPS. I have a GSM module, and maybe I should make an alarm with the GSM module, but that's a very common project. So yes, maybe instead of using an Arduino with the GSM module, I can use the ESP and the GSM module. Hacker Body is shouting, shut out. Shut out about what? By you. What's your What's your favorite 3D printed by me? I will have to say that maybe the Daft Punk helmet. It was a great design. Took me a lot of hours to print and to glue all the parts together, and it looks quite awesome. If you don't know about what I'm talking, just go to my channel and search the Daft Punk helmet, and you will see that project with the LEDs, the Bluetooth control, and so on. I have a 10 log, which I'm not sure what it is. Looks like that one, but I much prefer the extruder in mine. I have a 10 log. It's another 3D printer, the 10 log, but I prefer the extruder of mine. Oh, maybe it's a 3D printer and you prefer that kind of extruder. I don't know what is 10 log. A printer or an extruder? How much are these? How much is the cost of this printer? 450 euros. I've just watched it on Amazon. And once again, maybe depending on the country, it will be less or more. I'm not sure. How to make a living by designing and building electronics projects. Any tips for frustrated electronics and electrical engineer working in IT? Well, here's a good idea. If you are good with electronics, in my case, once I've made the videos about the escape room puzzle, I've got a lot of mails from other people that have a business with escape rooms, and all the escape rooms are made with analog devices, a lock, a chain, a door, and so on. But if you would like to introduce electronics in your escape room, well, you need an engineer. So maybe just show your projects on my channel, on my website, and people will see that. You can share it on your social media, and once people will see what you are able to do, they will get in contact with you to make them any project related with escape rooms, PCBs, and so on. So the first thing you have to do is to show the people what you are capable of, because there are so many engineers that nowadays, without social media and without showing your work, no one will contact you. So that's the first step. And the second step is to be good in what you do, of course. So that's a tip. Maybe start your own business, design your own circuit and post it online. Nowadays, everything is sold online, pretty much. Create a website, show your work on that website if you're in IT. Actually, since I'm a YouTuber, I've got a lot of emails for helping others with a project. The problem is, in my case, I don't have time because I'm already using all the time that I have for my projects. So if someone wants me to design a board or I don't know, a screen or something for a project, usually I can't help those because I don't have enough time. But if you want to help those, what you have to show first is your work. So maybe create a YouTube channel or my website, other websites, and show the people what you are working on. Keep going. Yes, keep going. That's a good advice. Have you ever thought about making a printing farm and provide it as a service? No. With 3D printing, no, because it's very slow. It uses a lot of plastic, a lot of energy, so a printing farm is, and also you need a lot of space. But what I did thought is to maybe someday when I'll have a bigger space, to buy a CNC machine, a huge CNC machine with a plasma cutter, because that is very demanded, very, it's a very huge need right now, and there are not many businesses that cut metal to size. So maybe having a CNC machine with a plasma cutter is a way better service that you could provide than 3D printing. So you can make a website, people should send you the file, which is just the shape that they want to cut. Actually, when we've made our escape room, we've paid a lot of money, because if you remember, all of our panels were made out of metal, so we had to cut all the holes, and that was cut with a plasma cutter. So there is just one business in Barcelona that does that, so maybe that is a better idea than a printing farm, a CNC cutting machine, because anyone could get a printer, but not anyone could have a huge CNC machine and cut metals and provide the metals and so on. I think that is a way better business than 3D printing. Please make a review of the Proto Labs. Okay, I'll place that on my to-do list. It is rigid enough that you lean on it? Yes, it's very rigid. It's actually made out of metal. I won't be able to bend it. Yes, I wasn't realizing that I was leaning on it. I want to be an electric engineer. Can you tell me the path from starting to be an expert? Just start any project and learn with that project. When I started my projects, I wasn't knowing anything that I know today. So just maybe copy a project, make it, find some errors. If you have errors, find a solution, and with that you are getting better and better. Also, you can learn from books and from other videos from the internet. Nowadays, even Elon Musk is saying it, that you don't need to go to school to be an expert. Just watch a few videos on the internet, because nowadays we have so much information that you can teach yourself at home. So just get a project, start a project. Even if you won't be able to succeed with that project, you will learn with your fails. So if you want to get an expert, just work on a project, then another one, and with that you get a lot of knowledge. That's what I did, and that's what I will do in the future. Just work on different projects, and with that learn more and more. Okay, thanks for the words of wisdom. You're welcome. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Do you own a Hacker RF? If not, please get one. I'm not even sure what a Hacker RF it is. Hack RF. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, I've seen a video with this device. Is a device that can detect the RF signal, for example, from those remotes from the cars, and you can get that data and use it again to open the car or something like that. Which certificate are good for electric engineer? What kind of certificates are you talking about? Which certificate are good for electric engineer? I don't really understand you, sorry for that. Are resin 3D printers good for mechanical parts? Very good question. The parts that I've made till now were made with the most basic resin. So the problem with the printer is not the printer itself, but the resin. You see, the resin that I'm using that cost only $30 is not that hard. It's very brittle, so it will break. So of course, with mechanical parts, it will break very easy under very hard stress or shocks. On the other hand, it's very brittle, but it's very good for gears, for example. Because gears, they have stress, but they don't have impact. They only have stress rolling around. So I've made, in my case, a lot of gears with the resin 3D printer, and they work very well. On the other hand, you can go and buy the most expensive resin, maybe $100, that are more elastic, that I have different components inside, different molecules, and with that you will get even better prints. In my case, I don't have that kind of resin. I only have the cheapest one, and that's why in my case it's not that good with mechanical parts, because the resin that I have is very brittle. So the technology for the resin 3D printer is very good. What is not that good yet and very low cost is the resin. So if the resin will get better and better, then the prints will also get better and better, because the printing quality of the resin 3D printer is also is already awesome. We have 4K screens, and we have sizes something like this, maybe 10 by 10 centimeters. And the resolution is so high that you can't even see the details, the layers. So the technology is okay, the resin is not that good yet. Can you make tutorials on the Kali Linux? I'm not sure. I don't even know what that is, so I can make a tutorial on that. I was talking about a certificate to get a job. Well, you can have a diploma, and if not, you can just share your work on LinkedIn, on websites. Just share your work with people, make videos, and if you show that on the internet, people will find you on the Instagram and will get in contact with you to get to offer you a job. And also that will be as a record that you can place on your CV, so when you get to a job interview, you can show them, hey guys, this is what I've done, this is my work, this is what I'm capable of doing. And if not, just, I don't know, make an online course that is not that helpful for it's helpful for you if you want to learn something, but when you go to a job interview, it won't be that big of a deal in front of your boss. It's better to have a diploma, which I know not everyone can have because it's expensive to study. But if you know what you're doing, just record it, make photos, make documentation, and post it online, because nowadays everything is online. Hello, did you ever 3D print gears to withstand high torque? No. The gears that I had were not using for high torque. I am working on the enclosed motor with a step motor for a robot arm, and maybe I'll make some tests with resin 3D printer for gears, and I'll share my results with you with that. So those will need to be able to withstand high torque, otherwise they will break. So when I'll make that video, I'll let you know. What business would you do if you're not a YouTuber? Well, at the same time I'm a YouTuber but also an engineer, so probably I will work in a company. Here in Spain we have even space companies, we have a lot of cars companies like SEAT, and if not, maybe I'll go into a different country and search for work in Schneider, in other companies that make electronics. So pretty sure I would be an engineer in some sort of company. And if not, McDonald's. We always have McDonald's. The Hack RF is essentially a spectrum analyzer that covers from 1 MHz to 6 GHz. It's fast enough to demodulate signals. They are important tools for the lab. Actually, I'm not working that much with RF signals. I am working with RF modules, but I'm not studying the signals because the module is already made. So since I'm not an expert in that area of RF signals, that's why I don't have that analyzer. Probably if I will start to have more projects with analyzing audio or RF signals, maybe I'll have an analyzer like that. But anyway, thank you for the information. Really, thank you. Any suggestion on cheap beginner oscilloscopes? Well, for example, I don't recommend you those very cheap oscilloscopes that cost you only $20 or $30, because those are very bad. You don't have resolution. Actually, my first oscilloscope was a Handtech, was from China, and only cost me $150. The important part is to have at least 2 channels and a pretty good memory, so it could store more than 3 or 4 seconds. And the rest, I mean, you don't need very high precision for low electronics projects like the Arduino, digital signals, and so on. But if you have 2 inputs for the digital probes, that's already quite okay. So you don't need a very expensive oscilloscope to start with. Then I got my Keysight, which is a little bit more expensive because it has more quality, but it's not that more better than the low cost one. Also the Rigol, you can find a Rigol for a very low price. Are electronics engineers paid well where you live? No, are not. You'll be better paid in Germany, Austria, and the different. Right now, the job offer here in Spain is quite low. Anyway, engineers are usually better paid than other kind of workers, but even so, compared with the rest of the world, like United States, Germany, and so on, the prices are not that high. All my friends that they were studying with me right now are working with SEAT or other companies as engineers, and they are paid just a little bit more than a normal job in a supermarket or McDonald's. So in Spain as an engineer is not that a good option. What is trending in electronics? I'm not sure, a lot of stuff. That's the good part about electronics. There is always something trending, something new. A new device, a new microcontroller, a new spaceship like Starship, and so on. Hello, hola, hola amigo. Hello to everyone who is new to this channel. By the way, click that subscribe button and that will recommend this live stream even more to other people, so more people could see my work, this printer, and my tutorials in general. Thank you very much. Let's just see. Right now we have 78 likes and 3 dislikes. Thank you for those as well. So I would like to see if we can get up to 100 likes. Thank you for that. Can you tell me some interview questions on electric engineer? I don't know. I never had an interview made to someone, so I'm not sure what I should ask you. Sorry for that. Also, the questions will be different depending on the job. So if I were to hire someone and I needed to, I don't know, just solder some parts, I would like to ask them, how good are you soldering? But if you need a person for coding, you will ask different questions. So I'm not sure what to ask you. Will a 3D printed motor mount melt if used for a long time? Yes, of course, especially if it's made for PLA. If the motor will get hot above 60 degrees, it will start to deform. So maybe use a different kind of material, maybe PETG or ABS, that can withstand even more heat. Hi there from Sri Lanka. Hello from Barcelona. What is the difference between electrical engineering and electronics engineering? Where electrical is more related with your wire housing, the high voltage from your country, the transformers, the safety features in your home, the light bulbs, and so on. And the electronics are those who design the electronics, make the chips, the nanotechnology inside of those chips, the analog devices, the digital devices, the connections with microcontrollers. So basically the electronic engineer will make the device and the electrical engineer will make sure that that device is well used inside your home. Something like that. Do you have an eBay where I can buy some of your gadgets that you make? I'm not selling my gadgets. The only thing that I'm selling are my PCB designs, and that you could find the links below on electronoobs.io/shop. So that's the only thing that I'm selling right now. And also the shirts, some shirts with some designs. Do live stream more often. Maybe I will do. I was just saying to the people at the beginning of the video that I would really like to make some live streams on the NASA and Starship, SpaceX live streams. So each time there is a new ship or a probe going to space and so on, I would really like to make a live stream because I love those kind of stuffs. And I already made this live stream about that, about the Mars lander, the Perseverance, on my Spanish channel, and it has a very good audience, so maybe I'll try that here on this channel as well. Why not get the Prusa? I think the Prusa is very expensive for me right now. I'm not a rich person, so maybe if I will have the money in the future, I will buy that. For example, I haven't bought this one. This was given to me for free, and that's why I have it. So maybe in the future, if my channel will get more views and my business in general will get better, I will buy a Prusa because I know that those printers are very good. What's happening here? This is always happening to me. The filament is getting below the other one. Oh my God. And there's nothing that you could do. In a few minutes it will get back entangled. Anyway. Don't worry about the dislikes, as those people too have taken the time to analyze your work. Yes, I know about that. And usually if you dislike a live video, it's not that big of a deal. But sometimes I get dislikes on the teaching video, so I'm not able to understand why people will dislike a video that is teaching something new for free. I know that sometimes I make some mistakes and I say something that I shouldn't. But anyway, thank you for the likes and also for the dislikes. Those will help me in the same way. Okay. Please guide if someone wants to start a YouTube channel like yours. Just start a channel, record your videos with a smartphone. My first videos were made with a very old smartphone, so you don't need that much of quality. But over the years you can improve that. But I can give you a tip. It's more important to have a good microphone than a good camera, because if you record with your camera microphone, which usually will be far away from you, the sound will be very bad. So maybe this microphone just cost me $20 and it's not that bad. You can use it with your cameras and so on. And it also has a cable like 20 feet long, so you can use it at a distance. So just start recording your projects and post them. The more you post, the better will be for you, because YouTube will take that in consideration and will promote you even more. Good morning from Kansas, USA. Now that the part is several layer thick, you can show up a close look. Yes. The only problem is that I can only make a close look with my smartphone, and that camera is not that good, but I will try to do that. Let me just take the camera from here and show you a close look. Not sure if you are able to see it. The layers are coming out pretty good. I mean, it's not the best print ever, and I think this is printed with 0.01 millimeter layer height. No, 0.1 millimeter layer height. Anyway, because the other camera is already fixed in place, so I can't use it to show you a close look. Which FreeCAD software? I'm using Blender to edit my 3D parts. I started learning Blender and I continue with Blender. I know that Fusion 360 is better for some engineering parts, but since I know Blender, I'm using Blender for all my parts. And it's for free, of course. Are you happy with your work? Yes. I'm able to do what I like, so yes, I am happy with your work, with my work. Use a lot of tags to easily promote your videos. That is not a good tip. Actually, if you use too many tags, YouTube will ban your video. You should use the tags only for what are you showing in that video. So if you make a video about MOSFETs, you should just place MOSFETs, transistors, and power MOSFETs, and so on. If you place a lot of tags, that won't help your channel. Which software you use for PCB design? I'm using EasyDE, which is an online platform. You just go, create a user account, and you are able to use all the components they have on the library, and the user can create their components as well and share those with you at the same time. What keeps you motivated? Actually, good comments are keeping me motivated. The more good comments I have on my channel, the better. Oh, we are at 96 likes. In a few moments we'll get to 100. Thank you for that. From where you are? Originally I'm from Romania, actually from Transylvania, near the Dracula castle. And right now I'm living in Spain. Practically all my life I was living here in Spain, in Barcelona. Actually in the village outside the Barcelona, and right now I'm in Barcelona because I was studying here in the Barcelona University. I think that I will stop the print and open the printer and show you what we have inside, and with that we can finish this live stream. We are already 86 minutes ago long, so I will stop the print because it will take too much, and maybe I will get a close look with the print so you can see it. We don't have a print removal here, so I'm not sure if I have one here. I don't. Anyway, maybe I can take it out with this, because while the printer is hot. Yes, okay. Oh, actually we have very good layers. Let me show you. Maybe this camera will be able to focus. Can you see the layers? Make a zoom here. So we have pretty decent quality. This was the base, the raft. And as you can see inside. That's it. Okay, so I will turn it off, unplug it. Let's just flip it. Oh, just remember to take this out. It's already cold, so I'll have to cut the filament. And also see what was happening here. So always, once you finish, you should place your filament here, otherwise it will get below the other filaments and it will get stuck there. So while you're printing, it will get all wrapped and make a lot of knots, so it won't be able to print. So make sure that you place it here in the hole. Okay. What software you use to mirror the phone? I'm using DroidCam. It's a free camera software that allows you to use your smartphone as a webcam. The quality is superb, man. It's not superb. I had better. Actually, it's a very good quality. Also, the layer height is very low, so anyway. And this was not printed in vase mode. It was making a few layers. It's a good quality, pretty decent. One question, can you see who is watching this live video right now? No, I can only see how many people are watching the video, 47 right now, but I'm not able to see who is watching the video, only if you comment in the chat. Phone screen or cam? My camera is a Canon M50, and I have another Canon here, but I'm not using that. And the webcam is using from my smartphone with an app that is called DroidCam. And you can use it through USB or Wi-Fi. Are you thinking about integrating Type-C USB in your PCBs? Yes, actually the last PCB that I've shown in my monthly update was using USB Type-C, and I'm pretty sure that all my future PCBs will use USB Type-C. Depends on the project, of course, but usually I will try to use USB Type-C all the time. Okay, so let's just flip it without breaking it. And let's just take a look inside. Hello from PH. What is PH? I'm not sure what is PH. Sorry if I don't know that, but I don't know all the countries in the world. I already had that question, why I've never made a DIY printer. Already explained that because 3D printers kit are so low cost nowadays that it doesn't make much sense to make your own 3D printer. Only if you already have the motors from another printer maybe, and the board and the frame and so on. So actually there are already a lot of projects on that using the ramps, for example, and the Arduino. You should make the frame maybe from wood, which is not that good. Metal is even better. Plastic is not that good neither because it's elastic. So basically with 100 euros you can buy the Anet, for example the A8. It's a very low cost 3D printer. And that's basically all that the same price if you were to buy the motors, the board, the LCD screen and so on. Actually, let me lower the exposure here. I'm very white. Oh, the cable is very long. Not sure if you can hear me yet still. Yes, yes. Oh, we are at 102 likes. Thank you very much for that. So we reach the goal. By the way, I recommend you to use more my website because I still get a lot of mails and questions and messages on Facebook and Instagram, and I don't have time to answer all those questions. I get a lot of questions. So that's why I've spent maybe like 6 months creating the new website and the forum. So if you have any question related to your projects, just go to electronoobs.io/forum, and there you can place pictures, screenshots, parts of your code, and explain me everything about your project, and in that way I will be able to help you. So please don't send me Facebook or Instagram messages or mails because I don't have time to answer all of those. And by the way, soon I will have a new design for my website, and you will be able to post the tutorials in a more graphical manner. You will see that it will be a lot cooler than it is right now. There you have it, and we are inside. So let me just turn it towards you. So we have the power supply, which is 24 volts, 360 volts. It has its own fan, so it will stay cool. And this is the fan that you can hear when I power on the printer. We have good cable management. Each connector has, let me just turn it even more. So the bed was not glued on the, so that's why we have these clips. I thought that the glass was glued to the heated bed, but was just glued on the corners. In that way you can flip it and use the rough surface or the smooth one. Anyway, so we have good insulation for all the connectors, the cables. We have the TFT display, and the board is based on the STM32 microcontroller. It has an SD card reader, the MOSFET for control. It doesn't have an external MOSFET. So the bed is quite huge for using an onboard MOSFET. I hope that won't burn out. The drivers are soldered to the PCB, so if you damage one of the drivers, you won't be able to change it unless you desolder it and solder a new one. So we have the TMC drivers here, and I can see that they are all TMC drivers, and that's pretty much it. It's quite clean. So it's heavy because it's made out of metal, not because we have a lot of stuff here, because we only have the power supply, the board, and the screen. So that's what we have inside. Let me just see some more questions here. Yeah, I can see that I already have a few comments and questions about making a DIY printer, so maybe I will build one. But it should be very, very DIY, using step motors from old printers, not 3D printers, but normal printers, making my own frame, making my own PCB, using low-cost drivers, and so on. So maybe I'll place that on my to-do list. Okay, I'll place that on my to-do list and I will make it. I think you need to lower the camera exposure. I already done that. Should I lower it even more? Hello from Holland. PH is Philippines. Oh, okay. Sorry for that. I didn't know that PH is Philippines. I always have some doubts regarding electronics, but I do not remember any right now. I will better start a list with those questions and ask them on the next live video. You do that. You can always ask those on my forum as well. Are the Delta printers any good? Yes and no. They have less resolution, not resolution, precision, but they are faster. They can move a lot faster than the FDM printers, because the FDM printers are using belts and they have to move on the same track, but the Delta printers are a lot faster. I think 3 or 4 times faster. So if you want to print something big with a big nozzle and fast, Delta printers are better than the FDM printers. Is this your first live stream? No, actually it's the second live stream. So I don't have that much experience with that. Hello from South Africa. Hi there. Hello to everyone on this live stream. Can we post our YouTube project on your website? Of course. So all you have to do is just go to, I'm not sure if I can show you my screen. Okay, let me just test here if I can show you my screen. And it should be this. This one, no? Okay, there you have it. So actually you should go to electronoobs.io, because the .com you can create an account. So this is the website, which I already told you. Soon I will have a new design that you could use. So you log in, you create a user account and sign up if you don't have. You log in, and here you can go to create, post tutorial or a project. If you post a project, you can only post 4 pictures, the main picture and 4 more pictures, and the description of the gallery. As you can see here, the description, and you can also insert here, as you can see, we can add a photo, so you can add a file, or add a video from YouTube. So you can paste your video here, and it will appear on that project. For example, this one was posted, and I'm not sure if it has a YouTube channel, a YouTube video. No, it hasn't. But anyway, you can post your videos as well. But I recommend you to post tutorials, because you will have a lot more options in the tutorials. And that's it. You should wait for me to approve it, because I don't approve all the tutorials. And that's it. So now you know how to post on my website. Can you make budget-friendly videos for 15 years old? I think all my projects are budget-friendly. I always use low-cost components. Pretty much always. Not always, but the basic ones are just using some BJT transistors, MOSFETs, low-cost PCBs, and so on. Hello from YouTube. What do you mean with that? Maybe some 12 volts BYJ stepper motors. Yes, of course. I would like to use those very small and cheap step motors and some step drivers, the DRV8833, but I think the A4988, I think they are called, are even cheaper than those. Can you make a video about optocouplers? I have a video about optocouplers. Which one was? I think the VFD video used optocouplers and I explained how to use those optocouplers. Anyway. Can the SLA printers be DIY? Yes, but very difficult. But a better solution is the DLP printers, which just need a screen to create a mask and the UV light. And I'm working on a project about that to make an Arduino based DLP printer. It will be very small, but it will be DIY. You are amazing. Greetings from Poland. Thank you very much. Really, thank you. I like your channel and videos. Please mention my username. Watching from Australia. Well, your username is VarityTech. VarityTech. I hope that I pronounce it okay. Make a video about optocouplers 3, please, once again. Okay, I will. This is the first time somebody responded to my question in a live stream. Oh, well, congratulations. I usually try to answer all the questions if I know the answer. I don't have that many people watching, so I'm able to answer pretty much all the questions. Maybe if we had more, I wouldn't be able because there will be too many questions. It could be nice if you make some lives with BJTs and MOSFETs, real life examples. Okay, I'll think about something. How do you avoid shipping charges from GLC PCB because $8 PCB is charging me? Well, actually, in my case, I'm not sure why it's charging you $36, but in my case, I never use DHL or UPS. I'm using the standard mailing system here in Spain, and usually I paid $5 for the PCBs and only $6 for shipping, so less than $15 for the entire package, but that's for Spain. I'm not sure what connections they have with different countries, so if you don't have a very cheap shipping method for your country, it's not their fault, it's your country fault. So I'm not sure from where you are, but in my case I pay less than $15 for my PCBs, that including shipping, because I select the lowest one, which is only $7 or so. Okay guys, so I'm a little bit tired. We have 103 minutes going into this live stream. So that was this printer. Let me just make a small brief overall about the printer, something like that. So this printer is a bit expensive. 450 euros is not the cheapest printer on the market, but at the same time you get a big printing volume, 220 by 320 by 400 millimeters. You get a better nozzle, not better, a new design. It weighs less. The print quality is quite good. I'll have to make a lot more tests. Stay tuned. I'll post some printing tests on my community tab in a few days when I'll make some tests with ABS, PLA, nylon, and so on. It is a very silent printer, so you can work around this printer because you can hear nothing, only the cooling fan, which by the way, you can take that cooling fan out and place a bigger fan with the same amount of air flowing, but with less sound, and in that way you won't hear anything. It has a color touchscreen, dual lead screw on the back with dual step motor, so the x-axis, the z-axis will always be leveled. It has a filament detector. It has a pour resume option, so if you pour down the printer while it's printing, when you pour it up again, it will start once again. I like the design with this rubber tube. Actually, if I were to design my own printer, I will use something like this, because in this way it looks a lot cleaner. You don't see all the wires, you don't have that frame around that ribbon around the cables. So this is a very clean look. I also like the flat ribbon cables, but I think this one is a little bit harder and better made. And what more do we have? You have the printing glass with both the build tag material or rough surface and the smooth side. So you can just flip it and print on both sides. And that's pretty much it about this printer. Do I recommend it? Yes and no. Maybe it's a bit expensive for now, maybe the price will go even lower. But yes, for this volume, that's what you get. When you search for this kind of volume, pretty much the prices are the same as this one. So that's it, guys. Let me just see if we have more questions. And then we'll end this live stream. So make sure that you post your question now, because in a few minutes I'll end this live stream. And thank you very much to all of you guys that are here with me, and thank you for the likes, for the comments, and I hope that you enjoy my projects. And stay tuned, this weekend I'll have the tutorial about that circuit that is turning on and off. I won't say much, because I would really like to see for you to see the video without knowing about what I'm talking. And if you are on my Patreon, you will be able to see that video, because I've already posted there. So make sure that you check my Patreon page. Can you take high resolution images of the controller board so we can see the CPU? Actually, what I can do is to make a close look. There we have it. Yep. So let me just change it here. Can you see it? Not sure if you can see it. The board is called MINGDA D31V1.0. Here it. Anyway, I think I should take the other camera, but as I told you, I can't really take that camera because it will turn off. So yes, once again, MINGDA D301V1.0, based on an STM32 microcontroller. So yes, maybe I'll take a picture and post it on my community tab, because right now I can't show you more. Oh, there you have it. It's quite heavy. Actually, I just got back from the gym and I'm a little bit tired, so it is a little bit heavy. Yes, I can lift it with one hand, but it weighs like 8 or 10 kilograms maybe. How many 3D printers do you have? I think right now I have 5, but I'm only using 2 because I don't have enough space. The other ones are packed and stored. Could you do another giveaway? Yes, I will do. But you see, in order for me to send this, it will cost me like 80 euros, which is actually almost the price that you would pay for a new one. So maybe I'll get in touch with a sponsor and make a giveaway, and it will be the sponsor that will send the printer to you. In that way, I don't have to pay the for the shipment, the shipping process, because that is very expensive, because this weighs a lot. So if they ship the printer from China directly, it will be a lot cheaper. So yes, I will do another giveaway soon, don't worry. Your soldering iron project inspired me to my final project at the school. I'll make a soldering station. Thank you for that. I'm glad that you say that. I'm happy to inspire you. I also put some smooth surface in my ender. I'm not sure what that means. Please post this whole live stream. It's very helpful to hear your comments. Thank you. Okay, this live stream will be posted on my channel, of course. So once I finish this live stream, it will be stored and you can see it anytime that you want. I would like you to do a what's on my workroom video. Okay, I will do that. I will definitely do that. What are you working on? I'm working on a project that you will have this weekend. I don't want to tell you too much about that. It's just a circuit that reacts to a sensor, let's call it like that. It turns on, makes a process and then turns off and consumes zero power. So you can use it with a battery for like 10 years because it will only consume the power when it's turned on. So stay tuned for that. It's a very interesting and easy circuit. You will see it. You are not posting video about the PC building because of the graphic card. What do you mean about that? Are you not posting video about the PC build because of the graphics card? I didn't build my PC yet. I have the components. I have my graphic card is quite good, but I bought a new processor, a new motherboard, some RAM, and a cooler. So maybe I'll make a video about that and mount the new parts in the same case, because the case that I'm having here, not sure if I will be able to show it to you. I think yes. With my smartphone. Let me just change here. So this here is my PC. As you can see, it's from Razer. I have a good graphic card. It's the RTX 5700, I think. And it works good for now, but my processor is very old. It's the Ryzen 7. So right now I bought the Ryzen 9. And to work with the Ryzen 9, I need a new motherboard because it will handle more power. So that's why I bought a new motherboard. And soon I will be making my new PC. And we'll be able to work with 3D animations even better. Do you do international giveaways? Yes, the giveaways will be international, but I'm not sure if for all the countries or we'll make some exceptions. Depends on the sponsor. Your explanation skills are amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, because that's what most motivates me. Can this 3D printer be turned into a CNC to make your own PCBs? I'm pretty sure it could be, but you have to adapt it. I mean, you have to take out the extruder, place your spindle, make some devices to grip your PCB here so it won't move. And also, if you want great details, you should use a lead screw movement, not belt, because with belt you don't have that precision. With the lead screw, each 7 rotations you make like 1 centimeter, so the precision is even higher than with belts. So I recommend you to just get a CNC with lead screws instead of belts. Do you play video games? Actually, I don't usually play video games, but in the last 1 month or 1.5 months, I've played a lot of Warzone, Call of Duty. Actually, that was the game that I most played when I was young. I was playing it on the Xbox, but right now I'm playing it on my computer. So yes, that's the only game that I play right now, and I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft in the past. But with so many projects, I don't usually have time, and I don't really like playing games because it's like losing time. So yes, right now sometimes I'm playing Warzone, but that's not very common for me to play games. How powerful PC we need for robotics hobbyists? Not powerful at all. Actually, a lot of my projects were coded on my laptop, which was very old, so you don't need graphic card to make your codes. Even to design 3D parts, you don't need that much of processing power. So basically on any normal PC, like 6 or 7 years old, you will be able to make robotics. What is better, make or editing the video? You mean what I like most, to make the video or to edit the video? Of course, I like more to make the project than editing the video, of course. Now that you are talking about low current consumption, how can you measure the small currents being drawn by a microcontroller. Well, you can measure that with a multimeter. My multimeter in my case is a very cheap one, but even so can measure up to down to microamps. And if not, you can use a high resolution ADC, like the 16 bits ADC that I'm using with the Arduino, and a shunt resistor, a very low value shunt resistor, and with that you can measure the current flow. Just watch my current meter tutorial, and then I show you how to measure from 1 amp down to microamps. Usually when you have low power controllers, they will be around in the region of 90 microamps, 100 microamps, and so on. Can you show how's the hardware below it? Below what? Below my PC? Right now I can't, maybe in another video. What's your say on Delta printers compared with Cartesian printers? I've already told you that to another user maybe. The Delta printers are working faster, but they don't have that much precision, but they work faster. So with a bigger nozzle, you can print maybe like 4 or 5 times faster than with the FTN, the Cartesian printers, because they have to move around with belts and rollers, but the Delta printers, they will move the entire nozzle at the same time, so they can move a lot faster. For me, that's the only difference. How is your new PC? I don't have it yet, I only have the parts, so maybe next week, because I don't want to change my PC while I'm working on a project, because all my files on the cache memory will be lost. So first I have to finish this project that I'm editing with my PC right now, and then I'll change my new parts. Why you don't use PIC microcontrollers? I have some PIC, I've used them like 1 or 2 times. I'm not sure. I'm more used to with the Arduinos and the ESP's microcontrollers, and pretty much that's why I never used the PIC microcontrollers. You could try some low power microcontrollers from Silicon Labs like the EFM32. No, never heard about that microcontroller. Maybe I'll buy one. So guys, I'm a little bit tired, so maybe I'll stop the live stream here. Thank you very much to all for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure that you post your questions on my forum, not on my mail or my Facebook page, because I don't answer those. If you have any project, post it on electronoobs.io. Click that like button, share your thoughts below, and be awesome. Make a lot of cool projects. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. So this is where I will stop the live stream. Keep up, you guys. Thank you very much once again.